Hey, everybody, welcome to the Pride 4 podcast. My name is Bryce.
Chris.
Ross.
Alex. And before we started recording, we were talking about the Cameo app. Chris, tell us about the Cameo app.
So the Cameo app, you can get different stars, not anybody A-list or anything, but different stars for a certain price to like, I'm not sure if it's say whatever you want them to do, but they can do birthday shout outs. They can advertise for your mixtapes, your shows, all of that other shit. Happy birthdays, crazy shit.
Okay, so I'm seeing there's a lot on here. Like, we could get Elijah Wood. we should just get him to say, hey, this is Elijah Wood. Well, welcome to the Pride 4 podcast, and bump it for every single episode.
Right? Or you see, that's what we should have went with the name Pop Can Thick Productions.
We just get like a porn star saying "Pop Can Thick."
Just create the most expensive soundboard of all time.
There's porn stars.
I bet there is. There has to be. You could probably make them say pretty filthy stuff.
Yeah, there's. Well, probably. Yeah, they probably wouldn't care.
Because like their reputation is already, whatever. So
right. Mm-hmm. Lisa Sparks with 3 X's. I wonder if she's a porn star.
Well, if she has 3 X's, I would hope so. Otherwise, that's false advertisement.
I don't know.
Star, a porn star.
Doesn't Bubba Sparks have 3 X's at the end?
Does he?
Well, he's obviously a porn star, if that's true.
I don't know.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Luna Star.
If it's a chick, is what I mean, I guess. But
yeah. Okay, yeah, Luna Star is a porn star. $100.
Yeah, she's gotta pay her. I don't know. Never mind. Gotta pay her rent. I don't know.
Session and Fetish Rustler.
And vinegar.
5 out of 5 stars.
Oh God, they got ratings.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly.
Well, we know who we need to look up though. I'm seeing some recognizable ones.
Yeah, certainly.
Who am I kidding? I know them all.
Are you gonna look
my
up
middle name?
Pablo?
I'm looking up Gianna
there you go,
boys.
That's what I was waiting
for. You had your opportunity to look up Petey Pablo. He's actually probably on there.
Sure, Gianna Michaels isn't on here.
Oh man, you got dude. Private message her on like Twitter and tell her to get on that damn app.
Right now, ASAP.
Oh my God, that would be great. I could be like, I'll give you. God, it's so expensive though.
It is.
Petey Pablo, $75.
$75 for Petey Pablo.
Are you serious?
That's what I just see on here.
Petey Pablo, yes.
And get him to say something about the gospel according to
Moses,
Peter.
Yes.
Written by Moses Barrett III, baby. Bookmark.
Yo, and you
5 out of 5 stars. Grammy nominated multi-platinum hip hop artist Petey Pablo. His iconic hits consist of Raise Up, Freak League, Show Me the Money, and Goodies featuring Ciara. Are legendary and a part of any rap fan's music collection. Book a Cameo to make any birthday or celebration extra. Yeah. Oh, he does a video? No, I don't want a video.
Well, you can get audio from the video. I mean,
dude, we responded 3 days approximately. Send a request. What does a good request look like? Try to be as specific as possible with your request. Oh, well, okay. First off, I will give him 150 to say this is Petey Pablo with the Prime 4 podcast, best friend to Bryce Apfalter of the Prime 4 podcast. And you're listening to the Prime 4 podcast. Okay?
God dang it.
And we're going to raise up. And that's it. And that's
we're going to raise up?
Yeah. Don't be surprised. Next week, our one listener, when they hear that.
Special guest.
Oh my god.
Just introduce him as a special guest.
Dude, that would be so great.
Yeah.
Petey Pablo's sitting in on the show today.
And we just cut in his ad libs and be like, "Hey, Petey, do you agree with that?" Uh-huh. See, he agrees.
I need you to say these 10 affirmation words with 2-second pauses between.
Right?
Oh my god.
Dang it.
Oh, Gianna Michaels did an AMA on Reddit 4 years ago.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's 4 years ago. That's a while ago. Hope she's doing okay.
Holy shit! Bubba Sparks is on here.
No. Let me guess. Wait, let's guess. Let's guess how much he charges.
Us.
Let's guess.
It wouldn't be fair. I gotta stop it before it starts because it says temporarily unavailable.
But does it have a price?
Huh?
Does it
No.
show a price though?
No, where it would normally show a price, it says temporary unavailable. Let me read his bio.
Pull my mic closer. I forgot to do that. Am I a robot?
No, now you might be. It says
Am I Sonny from iRobot yet?
Yeah.
I did not murder him.
God dang it.
Well, is it really bad though? Do I need to log out and come back in?
Maybe.
Yeah, you did something. I don't know what you did.
Yeah. So while he's getting his shit straight, I'm gonna read what Bubba Sparks' bio says. It says country hip hop royalty, Miss New Booty Kang. That's K-A-N-G, not K-I-N-G.
All right, I'm back.
Then
New booty.
he said, if grandma had balls, she'd be grandpa. Hashtag New South forever. That's probably why he's temporarily unavailable.
God.
If grandma had balls, she'd be grandpa. Like, what the fuck is that?
He thought it was hot when he said it.
Right, Bryce, you might need to.
Meth
You're,
is a drug.
You're kind of, what's that called? Like the last time? Where your volume's too high, too loud, or whatever?
I'm too loud?
Well, yeah, I remember the last time where you were blowing it out or whatever that time.
Blowing it out.
I don't know if your gain's higher or something. I don't know.
No, I didn't touch that.
Well, now you sounded fine when you talked like that.
That's because I was talking quiet specifically.
Oh, so whenever you're talking loud, it didn't sound that great, is what I'm trying to say.
Does it sound great now?
I could still kind of hear it.
God damn it.
Oh. You can get a certain boxer to say something for you for $999.
Mike.
Is it Mike Tyson?
Nope, it's Floyd Mayweather.
Oh God, of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mike Tyson, if he's charging $1,000
or something already.
I'd pay $1,000 for Mike Tyson.
Okay, I'm back again. Who's the boxer that we could get?
Floyd Mayweather.
Really? How much
Yep.
does he charge?
$999.
God, what a fuck. Lennox Lewis charges $500.
He says he wants to be the first person to make $1 million off a Cameo.
What the fuck? Dude, you can get legendary wrestler Mick Foley for $75.
What? Holy
Is Diamond
shit.
Dallas Page on there? That's
Mick Foley, Petey Pablo face off.
Yo!
Mick Foley. His thing is going to be, hi, my name is Mick Foley, best friend of Bryce Alfalton from the Prime 4 podcast, best friends of Petey Pablo, and then Petey Pablo's going to be like, best friends with Mick Foley in the Prime 4 podcast.
Yo! Why have we been?
I love how
wasting
we
our
think
money
we can
on
get
other
them.
things?
I like how we think we can get them to say anything, but we probably can't. There's probably some limits or something.
Well, I'm
Like-
sure there's probably like a text character limit or whatever, and they have to like agree to do it. But I don't know, man. You could also try anything. You know what I mean? The worst
Right.
they can say is no. I'm not going to say that.
And then the worst you can say is, well, I'm not going to pay.
Right, and that's
Damn,
it.
got him.
Yeah. that's it.
DJ Envy's on here. That's scum. We don't want him.
Is Charlemagne
Ice
on
Cube, $500. Charlemagne, nah, he wouldn't be on here because he's okay, never mind, he's on here. 150.
150? That's not bad.
$10 more than DJ Envy?
Yeah, of course. I think he's
There's
more valuable than DJ Envy.
What other wrestlers are on here that we need? We need Stone Cold.
Is Sting on there?
Sting?
Dallas Page.
Let me try
Wow,
Sting.
there's a legitimate Stingray on here.
This is going to be the whole episode. It's just us browsing Cameo.
Yeah. I'm down for it.
Cameo.
Flavor Flav, Randy Couture's. There's a lot. Let's move on because we go. Oh, Ghostface Killer,
Yes.
$300. He can
Certainly.
stay there.
Certainly.
$100 is where I draw the line, unless it's Lance Bass for $249. That's a deal.
Jeez.
That's a deal.
That's a
That's a
steal.
deal for the worst Backstreet. No, second to worst. Wait, I'm getting them confused now.
That was NSYNC.
NSYNC.
Yeah.
Yes. For the what would we consider him probably bottom tier NSYNC?
Oh, certainly.
Because Joey Fat One is above him.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
pretty-
It pretty much goes JC, then Justin, then like the rest.
Oh shit.
I-
Chris
yeah.
Patrick.
I cannot argue with that logic.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh, Brett Favre for $300. Okay, we gotta
What?
stop this. Mick Foley 75 though. Petey Pablo 75. This is happening, dude. This is fucking happening. Oh my
I
god.
feel like I've been spending my money on dumb shit. Like, why didn't I know this existed sooner?
That is great. But we have a lot going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me turn down my output volume. There, I turned my output volume down, so maybe it's better. But there's a lot. We got a lot going on, so let's try to cover it. We got a lot of hip hop that we don't really care about, but I guess we could talk about because this is going to take up hopefully not a lot of the podcast, but it might. Nick Cannon being canceled. Nick
Yeah.
Cannon
Mhm.
was canceled from Viacom specifically. Like, he got network fired.
Yep.
And he was canceled from all the shows that he hosted. So Wild and Out is gone.
Yep.
The Masked Singer, I think he was on, is gone.
I thought he was like hosted America's Got Talent or some shit like that.
Maybe.
All I know is I'm pretty sure he got fired from Wild and Out, and they're like, we own the rights to the show Wild and Out, and he's like sad.
Well, and then that brings up another thing that I think we've talked about with people owning the rights to their own music and shit like that. Like, I don't care how much the company offers you. Stop giving up the rights to your shit. And then he's like all over social media demanding they give it back. It's like, no, that's not how it fucking works. Like, don't be dumb and give the rights to your shit away.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so from a article here that I got, from Vulture, I guess, or something, just pulled up one. It sparked a anti-Semitic cancel culture now that has been around for quite a long time, and Nick Cannon, I guess, was the first example of it, like book thrown at him, because it's been around for a long time, and then people tried to back him, and like they're immediately shut down by people, and they're like, specifically Dwayne Wade tried to be like, he's like, oh, I'm with you, I'm backing you, whatever, like they can't bring you down, whatever he said, just paraphrasing, and Dwayne Wade got a lot of shit. Less than 24 hours later, he walked it back. He's like, you know what, I actually didn't know the full story, so I'm sorry if I offended people, blah blah blah, whatever. So like, Immediately Revolt TV, of course.
Oh my
You know, tried to say, you know, come to
Coach
us. Yeah, come work for us for the Black Network.
Bryce, I
What?
regret Googling about Cameo because now it's popping up on my Facebook.
Haha,
It has
you're in the
David
system now.
Hasselhoff.
Oh
like-
yeah.
And I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
record
His has got to be $25.
He'll
That
record
has
a
to be.
video of himself eating a hamburger off the floor and then like some happy birthday or some shit.
Yep. Yep.
Holy shit.
During the podcast conversation with Nick Cannon, I guess is where this happened. He discussed several anti-Semitic conspiracies, the Rothschilds, centralized banking, the 13 families, and the bloodlines that control everything, even outside of America. And Nick said that people with lack of pigment and lack of melanin are savages.
Okay.
And then he also said, apparently, according to this, he also said, so therefore, the only way that they can act as evil, they have to rob, steal, rape, kill in order to survive. So then these people that didn't have what we have, and when I say we, I speak of the melanated people, they had to be savages. So I
Okay.
guess the savage thing was a paraphrase of that.
Can I interject and say, do you think that there's any truth to anything that he said?
I wouldn't know. I have no idea what those conspiracy theories, quote unquote, are.
I know about
Okay.
some of them because I've heard.
Of
them before.
course, because you
Look,
watch Jesse
well-
Ventura on fucking TV.
I don't think
Has-
he talks about those ones, but okay.
Right?
Oh, damn.
So have any of you heard of the Rothschilds?
Yes.
Yep.
But I don't know about whatever is around it.
Okay. It's basically like the ultra elite, super old money rich. And it's like,
They're like they're like old money rich, stretching back like to like, isn't it like, is it like medieval time or I don't know? I don't remember how far back it goes.
yeah, either that or
But it's-
further back. Yeah.
It's pretty far,
1700s.
at
like-
least I would say.
Founder is 1744, apparently.
Like, so I could
Oh,
see,
maybe 1577. Founded
I could-
1760s. Who knows? Keep going.
I could see like somebody with that amount of wealth over time having, because you don't get wealth without power in this world, and I could see them having a lot of power. I just personally, like, if you have a platform like Nick Cannon did, you know, as much shit as I gave him, and I will continue to give him because it's Nick Cannon, for Christ's sakes, I don't think you do say sorry or you do walk your comments back once you get it there, because it's like, I said what I said, but he had to understand the consequences of that. You don't just say something being of the stature you are and the power that you hold and expect them to not do anything about it. I don't think it's anything about being anti-Semitic. I just think it's a power structure that he upset, and clearly this is the wrath of that power structure.
So you believe him?
I believe that there's a certain amount of ultra rich people that control just about everything when it comes to media.
Well, they control the world. They're the power elite. That's what you're taught
Right.
in. That's what you're taught in economic classes and college and shit.
Jeff
Right.
Bezos, you know?
And what people don't understand is that those people don't necessarily hide.
Right.
Like the Koch brothers,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like super rich people that lobby a ton of shit. I mean, that's out in the open. You know this.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no need for conspiracy theory behind this. The
Well, and
Rothschild, I don't know what their net worth is or anything.
Nobody does.
Yeah. And then it's like,
Well, someone does.
I don't think so, because even if you like dissected it, like I was looking at a documentary on billionaires, it's really hard and it's really muddled, because their money is, okay, we have a property that's under this LLC that's loosely connected to this person. Like they might physically own something, but the paper trail through LLCs and all of these corporations to get back to them is just so long that people can't catch up with it. So it's like, who's to really say how much money they have or how much wealth they have or how much land they own?
The thing is that you can see what they own. Like they own stuff, they own banks. They're probably individualized in the billionaire book or whatever the fuck. Like, which one of these people exists. You got the Rothschild Group, Capital Partners, Edmund D. Rothschild Group. You got their investments, their wine and art, and they have tracked some of this. It's not like I don't understand what this conspiracy is. Like, is it because they're Jewish? Like, that means being anti-Semitic because they're rich?
Well,
rather than being anti-rich
too. I was like, I didn't really, and this is where I can't speak on it. I didn't really delve too deep into it, but I was like, I was kind of wondering where the anti-Semitic part was, because I could understand the racial thing where he's clearly saying. The part that pisses me off is he didn't just come out and say it like white people and then say what he has to say. Like he spent time like skirting around it just to say what he was going to say in the end and ended up getting fired. Like just say what you're going to say, get it over with. Not those that lack pigment, just say black people, white people, just say brown people, white people, just say Asian people, white people. Like, what was the point of all that skirting around to get fired anyway?
Here's what it says here. It says, the Rothschild family frequently subject to conspiracy theories, many of which have anti-Semitic origins. That's why people, I guess, put that together.
Because they are Jewish and are apparently anti-Semitic?
Well, no. A lot of anti-Semitic people reference them within conspiracy theories, so that's why.
I think it's historically like a conspiracy theory that the world is run by certain groups of people.
Oh, they say the world is run by a Jewish family. That dates back to the 1700s. I wonder what happened during World War II with them.
How is that anti-Semitic? Like, I'm still not. That doesn't say all Jewish people are bad, or am I wrong? Like, I don't understand. I want to understand why.
There's a whole thing of like I don't even know how to say this. Like, I'm gonna quote this stuff like greed in Jewish people in general. Like, there's like a people like try to like make them into evil people, pretty much.
Yeah, greedy and stuff. Like,
I guess like I don't know how to explain it very well.
Well, I mean that definitely.
Well, there's more than just the Rothschilds that he mentioned, I guess. The 13 families, whatever the fuck that is. Centralized banking. Rothschilds do own an international bank, sure, but there are other international banks that they don't own.
At one point, they were like the biggest of the big, pretty much.
Well, and then how do you know?
Could have been. They could have been.
How do you know those LLCs and those companies aren't connected behind the thing? It's just like pulling at a string and watching the whole entire sweater unravel because you pulled out a string. Like, where does this end? I understand where the conspiracy theories go. I'm just trying to figure out where the anti-Semitic comments were.
Like I said, there was apparently other shit that he said, but I don't know what they are. The 13 families.
Is the 13
lines that control everything outside of America? He said Semitic people are black people. You can't be anti-Semitic when we are the Semitic people.
Says which 13 Illuminati families who secretly control the world or something like that.
Why would you be a famous person and then talk about that shit?
Well,
like,
I don't know why he's calling. He's saying that. He's saying black people are Semitic people. Which is that Louis Farrakhan shit.
Well, Semites are people who speak a Semitic language historically. So, like Arabs, Jews historically.
Hebrew and Arabic
There's
and
the-
stuff.
The black Israelites or whatever. I'm guessing that's where it comes from, maybe.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I said,
Hebrew and
I
Arabic.
just don't know enough to feel a certain way about that. You know?
It's a lot of weird shit that he said that should not have probably been said.
It's like
And
almost
it's
like
weird.
it's like when people go down that rabbit hole of like conspiracy theories and they just get to the point where they're like, "Oh man, this is crazy," and they just keep like going. That's what it
And
sounds
then
like you
too,
did.
like, don't do that as a rich person. And this sounds like if they were as powerful as you thought they were, like, you're lucky you didn't get killed. You know what I mean? Like,
All right.
would you fear for your life if these people were half as powerful as you think they are?
I guess.
I just like, where do you think these people are hiding?
Well, it's
Plain
a
sight.
conspiracy theory, so there's like
Yeah, it's
nobody really knows if it's true, if it's false, if it's
Je-
there's
well,
a shred of evidence to it.
to put this into perspective. Jeff Bezos by next year will have more money than the combined Rothschild's family.
Yeah,
That's
but
one man. Like where?
but
Like
but think
this
about this.
is
Think about
stupid.
this, right?
Well,
think
he
about
won't have
this.
money. It's not liquid.
Well,
and
neither is theirs.
it's not even a question about money or the buying power of a dollar. It's about how long they've had the money. And then we know with money comes influence, just like you said, the lobbying. If you've been lobbying since the 1700s or been involved with government on the hush hush since the 1700s, like, you definitely, I mean, there can be people richer than you, but there's not going to be anyone that's more powerful than you are because they haven't had the influence over that long amount of time.
I mean, it's also inherited wealth too.
Right.
There's more to it.
For sure.
Like, there's a shit ton more to it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. It's just a conspiracy theory that's stupid.
But
I mean,
that's not.
It's a bunch of fucking rich people, and being Jewish has nothing to do with it. That's
Right.
the whole issue.
Yeah.
Like, being mad at rich people that control the world, not
It's just
one
that
Jewish rich family that doesn't control close to the majority of wealth.
Yeah.
Of the 1%. Like,
It's just the original
crazy.
conspiracy theories were because they were targeted because they were Jewish, the family, I think. With like the conspiracy
Oh yeah,
theories.
prominent family originating from Germany. I'm sure Hitler used that same rhetoric too.
Probably.
Yeah.
And that probably helped. I mean, there's articles on it. I'm trying to read some.
Mm-hmm.
So
You gotta
yeah,
try to figure out-
Frankfurt banking business in Frankfurt, Germany, probably had a high interest loan. Adolf didn't like it, and bam,
Jesus.
World War II.
God dang.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. Like I said, long story short, there could be some merit and some truth into what he was saying, but I mean, he lost his job over it. He's still gonna work somewhere on some network, I know.
I hope not. I hope not.
Well, I saw something about he had a plans for like a talk show, and it said it's been pushed back to at least 2021, whatever that means.
I'm sure it was canceled.
I don't know. I didn't see much else about it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But if there's been anti-Semitic shit in hip hop and that bubble for quite a while, and it's about time it was kind of addressed. And it's, I don't know. I find it funny that Nick Cannon was the one that got the book thrown at him for it, because you got Minister Louis Farrakhan. Like, you probably heard that name before. You got let me see if I can find it. But rappers, have said stuff.
Well, I mean,
Jay-Z has said stuff.
I'm not gonna get on here and defend Farrakhan. However, this is where it gets dangerous and in a cut territory. With Farrakhan being the person he is, and a lot of people are going to look at me funny for this. With Farrakhan being the person he is over the amount of time that he's been that person, if he was a real threat, he would not be alive anymore. Notice that Martin Luther King is not alive anymore. Notice that Malcolm X is not alive anymore. And it's not even a conspiracy theory who had them killed. It is proven, it is court documents who had them killed. So I'm not going to say Farrakhan is harmless, but I'm saying if he was a real threat to society or the way that the powers that be want things going, he would not be alive right now.
It's probably true.
I mean, I don't think he's a threat. I mean, it's like Islam has been around in hip hop for quite a while too. There's a lot of conversions there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's just really weird. Like Louis Farrakhan is a lot of hip hop artists look up to him and look to him as like a spiritual leader, essentially, or moral leader for some hip hop artists. And
I mean, certainly
the Islam stuff, you know, Jizza, Nick Cannon, Most Def. It's just like it's been there for quite a while.
Okay.
Well, but you got to think, like I said, he was born in. So this man was born in 1933. He was formerly known as Louis X, and you have to see the fact that he was around when Malcolm X was around. He was around when Martin Luther King was around, and his rhetoric has not changed. It is not. It's been the same. It's been the exact same. And the fact that, like I said again, he is living and they are not, just shows me like, at best it'd be like a government plant to make sure that people, you know, they follow him enough, but they don't get too crazy and try to, you know, get equal rights and shit like that.
Yeah. I wish I had researched this more before we got into it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he's canceled for being anti-Semitic
I'm not happy.
and saying stupid shit.
I'm not happy he's canceled because I don't fully, like I said, I don't fully understand. I'm sure if I did, I would, because I don't like discrimination at all. You know what I mean? Like that really rubs me wrong, so to speak. But I don't understand the situation. It makes me want to research more into what the situation was and kind of what the conspiracy theories are.
Yeah, I mean, you can look it up and listen to the podcast of what he said. I mean, he said white people are savages.
Yeah.
And stuff. So it's not just the anti-Semitic remarks. I'm sure that had something to do with it as of his more racist talk from him.
For sure. And so let's answer the question together. I'm going to let Bryce answer the question first. Do we on this podcast believe that white people are savages?
No.
All right. Roddy,
Like, what do you mean?
do you believe that white people are savages?
What like definition of the word savage are we talking?
Just the literal definition.
What
is
do you need the literal definition?
I kind of do, because I don't know, man. I don't want to like miscategorize like
of an animal or force of nature, fierce, violent, and uncontrolled.
I think
of something bad or negative, very
extent,
great, severe.
To an extent, I think just humanity in general has that in their nature, which
yes,
I like that answer.
It's one of those.
Well, I'm not lumping anybody up in a full fucking definition. Like,
Right.
judge people on the individual. Like, not all black people are anti-Semites and racist against white people, but I do know Nick Cannon is. So, bam. There you go. That's one canceled.
Was it like, so once again, that's why I'm like, research. Isn't Mariah Carey white?
No, isn't a Mariah Carey mix?
I don't fucking know.
Let me look it up.
I don't
Wait,
go
is
to the meetings.
wait, is this
no
a real?
more,
Is this a real question?
Yes, bro. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he has smashed women that are Caucasian. Nick Cannon's his track record is crazy.
Does it? Is this? Is
We talking about Mariah Carey? Is what you said?
yes?
African American father.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's.
Oh, thank God. All right.
Mother is a.
Oh
Mother is
God! You thought Nick Cannon banged a white girl?
No, I just didn't want to accept that.
Oh, Chris,
you
she's
know.
white. She's white and Jewish, Chris.
Oh my goodness! I just didn't
What?
want to.
That's
accept
why!
The fact that
That's why.
this-
I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. That's not true.
I was gonna say we know why Nick Cannon went off then.
right? I don't know. I just like to think of Mariah Carey as like a magical unicorn that just transcends race. Like, but I thought she was white, low key. But if she's not, that's super cool because like my nephew exists and he's a very mixed kid, and we know what he looks like.
Is Islam anti-Semitic in nature? Are they cool still?
It depends on who's teaching it, I guess.
Depends on the
I just wanna
temperature.
say Palestine and Jerusalem and all that stuff. I think it goes back some time that people of different religions clash. I mean, look at the Christian and the Crusades and all of that stuff. So I think maybe a little bit of that stuff, depending on, like you said, who's teaching it and what
our
area.
heritage.
Yeah.
I mean, I was wondering if that's why like any anti-Semitism would show up in like rap at all because of like Muslim influence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like people, converting into Islam and stuff.
I mean, it could be, but you also have to think too, what areas are these people in, and what does a rich person look like in those areas? What does a wealthy person, so to speak, look like in those areas? And depending on if they're a New York rapper or whatever, like in those neighborhoods, do you see
true.
more rich people be of a particular skin color or religious background, or and it's just
That's probably how
really-
those conspiracy theories still keep going too.
Yeah, certainly. And people are not looking at what do all these people have in common. Nope, it's not religion. Nope, it's not skin color. It's the fact that they're rich.
There you go.
Let me Google anti-Semitism in hip hop.
Oh god, here we go.
I know Jay-Z has said something before.
Jesus.
Ice Cube criticized for posting string of anti-Semitic images. June 11th, 2020. And baffling conspiracy theories. Jesus Christ. They just eat that Louis Farrakhan shit up, dude. They really do. Oh, Vice has an article. Rapper Scarface is anti-Semitic and that's okay. This article is called. What the fuck? Yeah. I want to see some of like specific rappers called out here. Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, Tyler the Creator, all getting into hot water for offending civil rights activists, women, and one prominent black epidemic, respectively. Oh, that's just being offensive. Which, okay, so that article's too big. Not reading it.
Exactly. There you go.
Rapper Scarface is anti-Semitic, and that's okay. Let's see what this is about. It's from tabletmag.com. Let's see if it's loaded. Okay, it's not loading fast enough. Requiem for a Racist Rapper. Is hip-hop artist Scarface's anti-Semitic tirade may actually signal the beginning of a new, better cultural era. 2013. So we're not gonna read any of that because this is also long.
Okay.
All right. So what's the 13 Families conspiracy theory, Chris?
I don't know what the 13 Families conspiracy. We're gonna have to research that.
The 13 Illuminati families.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the whole Illuminati shit.
Yeah, it's like they control everything.
Yeah, that's their that's that Jay-Z shit.
Is that like
They said Jay-Z was in the Illuminati.
The 13 satanic bloodlines paving the road to hell. The end of individual choices at hand. Worldwide evil and misery. The Antichrist. What the fuck? Oh, man.
You're going to be put on a fucking watch list for that shit that you're looking up, Bryce.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm trying to find the 13 families, but I can't find it.
Bryce, the evidence of absence is not the absence of evidence. I said that shit.
It must mean it exists.
It
Anyway,
must be.
so what is your guys' takes on this? Chris said Nick Cannon should not be canceled.
I didn't say that.
Okay, what is your opinion?
I said I don't understand enough about the situation to say anything at this time. I want to understand the situation as well as the conspiracy theories.
Okay. That's fair. I just know that he said some anti-Semitic stuff. Said that black people are Semitic and can't be anti-Semitic, and then that white people are savages.
Yeah, like
It's a lot to pack in one podcast episode. I know we've tried, but
for sure we
haven't got there. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, cancel Nick Cannon if he's saying that white people are savages. I mean, obviously we know my
The only way we
ties
can act is evil.
and shit like that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely support him being canceled over his racist comments. I just want to know more information on these conspiracy theories, because I mean it's something fun to look up, but also I don't want to be on anybody's list, and I'm super paranoid about that shit.
You don't want to go down a fucking rabbit hole with stupid shit that you can't prove
Well, and end up
or
on the
disprove, which is
on the
stupid.
dark web, putting a price on my own head and shit because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you end up like researching heavily into the one that's actually like real or something.
Right?
Oh my god, yeah. Wikipedia. I'm gonna write a book on how Wikipedia got me killed.
Enough to become Alex Jones.
I looked up Illuminati on Wikipedia, and Jay-Z came to my house.
The Rothschilds are they own Wikipedia and
Yep, and Breitbart.
We gotta write a book called "Went to Sleep Jay-Z, Woke Up Donald Trump."
The Rothschilds now, their plan right now is like, let's get the heat off us. If they're fighting over race relations, the heat's off us. So I think that the Rothschilds are like the puppet masters behind everything going on right now.
don't you know Jeff Bezos and
They
Elon
also
Musk,
created Corona.
Bryce,
they all work for them.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get fired off this show, Bryce?
We could, yeah. I'm gonna cancel myself. If we get 100 angry people, that's gonna be 100 people that have listened to the show.
Bryce, what if
Right?
More than what we've had.
what if all of a
True.
sudden we hit this video has 13 views and we're like the family's watched it? Fuck.
Oh shit! One person of each family. Oh no! Oh no!
That's
Oh
like
my
when the
God.
lights on tonight, bro.
Okay, well let's move on a little bit here. So by Nick Cannon, you tried to cancel Eminem but got yourself canceled. So Eminem is rubber and you're glue. So
Yeah,
proven,
and
factual.
Don't say mean things about all white people. You can say mean things about some white people, but not all white people.
Yeah, like people who like the Confederate flag.
Yep.
Or people who
Or-
don't put the toilet seat down. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Let's see here. Kanye drops out of presidential race and then comes back and says that he didn't drop out.
Yeah, I heard
Which
about that.
I have a feeling he said he dropped out of the presidential race, went to the editor or the engineer, and he's like, "Yeah, it ain't done." He's like, "Okay," goes on Twitter, "I'm president again."
The thing is
Like,
this
needed
album
more time.
rollout is going to be fantastic.
No, it
I
ain't.
just hope that the music is fantastic as well. And then also too, like if he's really putting it to the side and doing it in 2024, Like, please have some music to follow because I'm gonna need some distraction from that shit. Because Caitlyn Jenner came on and was like, "I'll be the vice president." It's like, bitch, nobody was talking to you. Like, why are you doing this?
Yep.
What if he does like a
Oh
whole
my god.
whole concept album about him running for president and winning?
And then loses.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like the album.
Yo, that'd be crazy.
He's
I'd
gonna make
listen
an
to it.
album called "Make America Great Again."
I wouldn't
Okay.
listen to that album.
Make music great again.
He came out and said he's taking a red hat off. We talked about that.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, he's.
Once you
he's
put the
saying-
red hat on, you can't take it off.
I mean, you can.
That's a
you know what I
stain.
mean?
That
Nah,
has stained you. That's a taint.
Kanye West is an artist. He just wanted the people to realize that if you vote Democrat just because you're black, that's racist.
I see what you're saying.
Well, I mean,
Continue.
he has money.
Yeah,
Well, allegedly has money, so he's gonna vote Republican. We all know that.
yeah, If he even votes at all, I'm not sure if he votes.
You know, he probably
That
raised
would be
himself in.
that would be fucking gold if he didn't even vote. Because it's like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Right.
Well, he's clearly mentally ill, but
I mean, he's
Needs
a
help.
troll. He's trolling.
he is the worst fucking troll. He's the worst troll. He is the worst troll.
He has a platform to be like the worst troll of all times, and he just keeps doing that shit. And people that are fans of Kanye that know this shit is coming, like, we're just sitting here like, oh man, he's doing this again. And it's funny because people are very reactionary to his trolls. Like, it's crazy.
Well, I know it's coming, and I'm reactionary, and it's stupid.
Yeah, no doubt about
But-
that.
I mean, we know it's coming. We know what he's doing it for. It's for
Yep.
publicity.
Yep.
But does Kanye believe it's for publicity? That's the mental illness part.
Oh,
I don't-
Jesus.
Because he is so fucking full of himself that he probably believes that he could run for president and be good. Just like he thought he could say slavery was a choice and thought he would be good.
Well, he also said George Bush doesn't care about black people. And, you know,
Yes, he did.
He's a very, very polarized person. I don't know if that's the right terminology that I'm looking for, but he is really all over the place and like to try to
Almost
figure out-
bipolar.
huh?
Almost bipolar, you would say?
I don't think I would use that terminology.
That's what some people have.
Yeah.
Has he been diagnosed with bipolar disorder?
He said something like that on one of his album covers, but I mean, an album cover is not his like records from his doctor visits or shit.
Yeah, so he was apparently, according to CNN, he opened up about it in 2019, and he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Oh.
And he was in an involuntary psychiatric hold in 2016, so it got real bad. So
Yeah, I
that's
heard
when
about
we
that.
say seek help. I mean, it's still valid.
Certainly.
Because I wouldn't think this is the actions of someone who's like fully in control.
I think he has almost a childlike vision of what he can and should do. You know, he's given this huge platform and he's like, now it's time for me to do something amazing. And he's I mean, there's no denying, like, he is good at a lot of different things. So he's like, which thing do I go with? What do I
Like
have to
negative
do?
publicity.
And he's just, I mean, publicity, good, bad, whatever. Music, good. Touring, good. Fashion, good. Like,
Music, bad.
he is not bad. at
Fashion,
music.
bad.
Nope.
Touring, bad.
Nope.
Come on, man.
Have you seen some of the set builds that were on, like, his...
Have you
Crazy.
seen anybody come out with a 7-album rollout and crash as hard as he did?
Hey, but
Or
bounce
start a
back
cult?
and still be doing it?
Bounce back with what? Did you even listen to the? What was that one album that he released that was like a year later or whatever?
Jesus is King?
Yeah.
Yes, I listen to that almost every day.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
I remember what you said about the album.
Yeah.
You said it on a podcast episode.
That's fine, but I listen to that shit every day.
Bullshit.
I do.
You listen to fucking Jimmy Eats World Today. Don't give me that shit.
That was part of my day. There's 24 hours in a day. So we got to bring that up real quick, and then we can roll into video games. So I was telling Bryce before everybody got on the podcast, I was like, I'm ready to take on the world, Bryce. He goes, what? And I'm like, yeah, I've been listening to Reliant K and Yellow Card all day. And I was telling him, like, yesterday I was listening to Mudvayne while I was doing some demo on my house. I'm getting a new floor put in and shit like that. And I was listening to like Mudvayne and like super hard rock, and I was like, I think I'm gonna have a shitty rock day. And that's exactly what it was. Fucking Sum 41, Blink 182, like just terrible rock music.
Oh yeah.
It's the good, terrible stuff, though, I believe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right? All right. In a gaming, True Diablo 2, 4K, 60 FPS, boys. What does that mean?
Yeah, where's Bryce? Bryce gonna talk about his game?
Oh, Diablo 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ross sent me a
Did you watch the footage?
Yes.
Okay.
And I had to change my pants because I creamed them.
Yeah.
It was let me see if I could I want to pull it up so I can talk about it. But it was Diablo 2, the old game.
Yep.
In 4K 60 FPS.
Yep.
And it's not playable or anything, but it was footage that was I don't know what the exact process is called, but it was ran through
AI or something like that.
Yeah, it was like put through an AI to make the it would be Lord of Destruction, so the 800 by 600, is that what it was? Resolution. Yeah. It put it through the AI to make it 4K and 60 FPS instead of 800 by 600, 25 FPS. Yep. So this is the dream remaster. If they could remaster Diablo 2 to be this smooth in a remaster with the same art style, same everything, but just this, it would be the best game of all time. Hands down, numero uno. Because it looks so good. But unfortunately, I still think the remaster is like, they got to rebuild the whole fucking thing in a different art style, which the art of Diablo is extremely unique. Like, people don't understand how, like, I don't think it's not claymation, but it's like almost a form of claymation. It is very unique style of a game.
It's like a weird like gothic, like I don't know even how to like say it, like.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I've listened to so much shit in it. Let me see if I can find the aesthetic of what it's called. Well, it's gothic horror, of course.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I'm talking. Like that's Diablo 2, really dark. But I want to know what like the computer graphics themselves are, because it almost looks like they're claymated, but they're not. I don't think it's actual claymation, but they were sprites made to look like claymation, I think, or some shit like that. You would have to see it, but it looks like gritty and realistic. It's incredible and unique. So remastering it without that art style at all, it's like, it would be like weird, but I'm still looking forward to see what they can do for it. Because I know they originally wanted to make Diablo 1 in claymation, but it was too slow, too costly to do it, so they couldn't go that route. But they made it look like it. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. I thought it was really cool. You could just Google Diablo 2 4K 60 FPS and see the video. It's like 10 minutes or so of gameplay. Another thing that I heard recently, if no one else wanted to talk about D2, because I don't think they do.
Yeah, we covered it all.
Apparently there's a video game for next gen that's going to be $70.
Yeah, I think that's what they've been saying. It's going to probably end up being the standard.
Yeah, so now the top, like, we knew it was coming. We've talked about it before on the podcast, but now it's a reality, and they're really talking about it. They're like, oh fuck, this is real.
It's either 2K or FIFA or both or something like that are going to be like $70.
Yeah, it's a sports game that already like heavily monetizes with microtransactions already, and it's like, and immediately people are talking about like I could see like a AAA title, like the next Cyberpunk coming out at $70, but a fucking like paper like cookie cutter sports game.
And it's
like
funny
of
because,
all games, why you?
Because that $70, you're probably. And the thing is, even with that $70 increase, a lot of the games in the newer gens are also only like 30 some hours of gameplay. So
yeah, I don't really mind like cost versus like time played. Like, I don't need to spend $60 on a 100-hour game to feel like I got my money's worth. You know, like kind of like that. Like, I'm okay. Like, games I think are too long these days. But open world games where you have the choice to like end it fast or like take your time, like I'm okay with those. But like Last of Us 2, when I talked about it, it's like 25 hours, and it was too long. It was too long. Like I played it a lot and fast, so I didn't take long breaks in between. But it's like, it seemed like they could have shaved hours off.
Oh yeah, they said
and
that
it would have been
like,
better.
They said they could have probably fit it all into like an 8-hour game, but they made it like 20 to 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they could have shaved 10 off it, but that would be the whole fucking the bad person part that they force you to play, and it's like it was crazy to me how we already talked about this, how they put it together and all, but like it definitely could have been shorter. And I don't mind, like, if the game's beautiful, like you could tell like they put a lot of work into The Last of Us 2. And I don't feel like it has to be $60 and like long. Like, if it looks really good and is less than, you know, not that long of a game, but looks that good, like I'm fine with $60. Like I not necessarily will pay that myself, but like I think that's like they're milking every single game to be as long as possible to try to justify the cost of $60.
So what do you think, like, about, like, you know how Horizon just came to PC or whatever? Horizon's, was it Zero Dawn or whatever?
Yeah, Death Stranding I think is coming too.
Yeah, but Horizon, and they were selling it for like 50 or $60, like for a game that's years old, like on PC.
Yeah, I don't like it. Like,
and I think they said you could buy it on PlayStation for like $10 or something like that, or something less, maybe even.
Yeah,
right now.
I don't like it specifically, but people do have to understand that there was a team of people that had to put work in to actually put it on PC, like, and do whatever they have to do to put it on PC. You know, like,
yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, because they had to do upscaling, because people are probably, if it, you know, capable of doing 4K, like the PS4 Pro or something, like almost a remaster, upscaling, whatever, control mapping, make it compatible with multiple, DirectX working in the background or whatever to make it compatible with hardware and shit. Like, I don't know exactly, but I do know there's a team of people involved that have to port games So I think it's fair that they should get paid for that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, $60 a lot. Like if it's $10 on PlayStation, they could do like $40 on PC.
I guess the way I see
I don't
it
think they have to go full.
is Death Stranding's a newer game, so if that when that comes on PC, if it's still at like the full price, that's fine.
Oh, that's pre-order $60 already.
Yeah, exactly.
Steam.
But like a game like Horizon, I'm like, I don't think it should be over 40, like you said.
Yeah, if it's that old, if like the other, like add an extra $20 or $30 onto the game, not like full price automatically.
Yeah.
And we got Ghost of Tsushima coming out. Fuck, that didn't come out today, did it?
It's out. People are
It is
playing
out.
Let me see. It's got an 83%. I can't wait to fucking play it. Yeah, it released today actually.
Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
like an absolute slut for like samurai games and stuff.
What the fuck?
And it looks good. Like I watched like a review of it and I'm like, this looks so good. And like you can walk up to people and like challenge them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, pull out your fucking sword, bitch. I'm about to fuck you up. And then it's like, oh fuck. Because you're like, you're a Ronin. Oh no, technically not a Ronin. I don't believe he probably is a samurai because he's got like a leader or whatever. Oh, one other thing I wanted to bring up is that I cannot. Let me look it up quick because I don't want to pronounce the name wrong.
Oh god, here we go.
I'm gonna butcher it anyway. Let's see. The director of Seven Samurai, Kurosawa. It's gonna have the game has a Kurosawa mode where it goes black and white and grainy to make it look like a Kurosawa movie.
I think I heard something about that.
Yeah, and I'm like, mind blown. That's like, fuck. That's gonna be awesome because Seven Samurai, absolute fucking classic, and it's great from Japanese director Akira Kurosawa. I think is his name Akira?
It might be
One of the top movies of all time.
God dang it.
It makes sense. But yeah, he's a legendary like Japanese director. He did Seven Samurai. God, what else did he do?
Trying to see if Yojimbo.
Yojimbo?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, yep. Did he do anything late in his career?
Yeah, that I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on.
Maybe, yeah. Just a classic director, though. Lots of samurai films. Classic. Take a look. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because Ghost of Tsushima, I'm looking forward to. I have a PS4 Pro. I've been TV shopping, and I've gone through. I will be on my 4th TV on Sunday.
Jesus.
Because of not being able to decide on what I want and like buyer's remorse and fear of missing out. And like I'm so shitty with it. And it's really starting to piss me off. But it's like I have a TV because here's the thing. Like I was going to get a 4K TV because I got a PS4 Pro and I'm like, oh fuck, TV's not 4K. So I was gonna get that, and I was like, you know what? I got a TV. I returned it because it was like I couldn't justify the cost for like just a PS4 Pro, like because that's like the only 4K content that we can watch because we don't have good internet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'll wait till fall and see what the new releases are and the price drops and stuff. Someone else's TV in the house broke. The LED light strips went out. And I'm like, on their 4K TV, and I'm like, it's going to cost almost as much as the TV, like buying the TV to get it fixed, rather than me just trying it myself with a $50 LED strip, like kit or whatever. Ordered the parts, got the TV apart, everything, going up to lift up the panel. There's adhesive, try to get the adhesive, put a little bit of pressure, crack, explode, and then it just patterned out and just broke the panel immediately, trying to remove it from the fucking TV. So I returned the LED strips, and I'm like, fuck. So now we're short a TV. So now it's like, okay, now I need to get a fucking TV. Not need, but first world problems. So now I'm just hunting, and it's just fucking annoying. I got like some Samsung Q60T because I was fed up with it. I'm like, I'm gonna get some like cheaper thing that just works. Like, I don't even care. I'm not gonna read any of the specs. Getting something that works didn't work. Couldn't get the fucking Wi-Fi to work. So I'm like, take that back. And then I'm like, fuck it. I'll buy the nice shit, the future-proof one. So like, will work perfect, like 460, 120 hertz, or no, what? Not 460, 4K, 120 hertz, HDMI 2.1. Mm-hmm. So if the PS5 or the Xbox Series X can do 4K 100 hertz, 120 hertz, I'm covered.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, nope, I can't justify the cost. Haven't even opened it. I'm gonna return that. I just ordered like a junk one again.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. It's just frustrating. I'm sorry, Best Buy. I'm taking full advantage of your return policy though. And so I will tell you, I did first TV was OLED that I went for. Expensive. Mm-hmm. Very expensive. And I tried to justify the costs. And let me tell you, it is like a 1/4 inch thick glass panel. That is what an OLED is. And it was the most stressful thing, taking it out of its fucking box and trying to put it, get its stands in and put it on the entertainment center.
Yeah.
Because the Best Buy guy was like literally just don't touch the panel. Because if don't put your thumbs on it. If you touch it, if you bend it, it'll break. And I'm like, it can't be that bad. And then just open it, 1/4 inch thick glass panel, like 3/4 down. And I'm like, oh, he was right. Like, if you touch it, it's gone. So it was like super stressful. Like, I was sweating, just like, oh man, that sucked. So I took it back. So I had to put it back in its box.
Oh no.
Which was equally as stressful because it was expensive and probably a ridiculous purchase. And then the current one that I have is a QLED, and I'm like, I can be less gentle with this, so it won't be as stressful. It's too big for the area that the TV would currently go, because I foolishly went 65 inch rather than just 55 inch. So I'm sorry, first world problems. I'm just having a shit time of it. I'll keep you updated on what I end up going with if I don't get kicked out of Best Buy.
You're gonna do it.
The Xbox, the Microsoft has discontinued the sale of the Xbox One. God, what was it? Was it just the one, or was it the Xbox One
and the S? I think.
Oh, so it was the X and S.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so essentially like 4 months before like they potentially release the Xbox Series X, they're already discontinuing the Xbox One. Which is I don't know. This has happened before with the Sony PS Vita, where where a product had to be like canceled, like before the next one came. Well, no, I guess I can't compare that to that because the PS Vita was released and they don't plan on releasing anymore. But they're planning on releasing another one, and they already discontinued it before the new one came out because usually they still support the system and even create more after it's already gone. Like the next one's come out. Like
Maybe
PS2 did that, PS3 did that.
Maybe there's
PS4
already
will do that.
Maybe there's already like a huge stock or something. I don't know.
I bet you that's what people are thinking because it didn't sell as well as they probably had hoped.
Yeah.
And when I was hunting for a PS4, I could not find one at all on Marketplace, Craigslist, that wasn't over MSRP, but Xbox Ones, easy.
Oh yeah.
Below MSRP, easy fucking peasy, lemon squeezy. So just like from my little bubble, I could see like the demand wasn't there. So maybe that's it. And
Yeah,
probably
wasn't worth it for him to keep making them.
Yeah, especially with maybe there's like additional costs required because of Corona and stuff.
Because I'm sure once the new one comes out, anyways, the price would have went down like dramatically.
Yeah, I can't wait to get an Xbox One for like $75. I'd be like, hey Ross, I got my Netflix player.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then bam. It's like my Fire Stick, but I won't play any games on it.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's really weird to me, but I guess we're living in a very different time anyway. So I guess it's not precedented, but I guess the moment calls for it.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that they should have done it, like discontinued, or do you think that it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things?
I guess it's like one of those things like, do you hang on to like the old console or do you try to push to the future? I guess is the whole like debate of the whole thing.
Okay.
Well, and then you got to figure out if you're going to wait until technology advances so much in a way where you can have like a mini version with it, like they're doing with the Sega Genesis and shit like that now. So, I mean, you're kind of in that limbo for fucking 20 years and shit.
Yeah.
I know they're right now for the first like so many years of like the new console. I don't know how long it's going to be, but they're trying to have it where they have it for both kind of thing for a little while at least. Like games or whatever.
Nice.
If they have full backwards compatibility, I'm sure they're not worried about it anyway.
Yeah, it's true. I know like games will come with, of course games come with you, I think. You know, when you get the new one, so.
Oh, like if you bought it through the Microsoft store or whatever?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That'd be fine.
Maybe that's why they're pushing for the new system, because they're like, well, if you bought it through Microsoft, you'll have it on the new system, so why do you need this anymore?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. It's just I want to know why they did it. I hope they say why they did it, because I don't think they have yet. But we'll see, I guess. I guess we could bring up quick. There's a whole Me Too movement on streamers, and they're getting canceled left and right on Twitch and whatever other platform they may be on, probably YouTube and stuff. You can look into that. It's not very interesting to talk about because it's like very cringeworthy people accused of doing very cringeworthy things by other cringeworthy people. And it's very cringeworthy. Right. It's like toddlers playing at a reality TV show. It's like it's a dumpster fire of cringe pretty much. So you can look into that if you do. I know there's like some really popular ones that people are just screaming over because they got fired from Twitch or something and they're just quiet about it. So you can look into that.
What are you gonna say, Chris?
What
Were you gonna say something, Chris?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, he keeps popping up because of the feedback from me talking.
Ah, okay.
I keep opening his mic sometimes. Rest in peace to Grant Imahara from Mythbusters.
What?
Yeah, don't you read what we put in the fucking thing?
No, I'm bullshitting.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Grant Imahara passed away 4 days ago at 49.
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy from Mythbusters, and I believe he did a Netflix show.
Yeah, he had a show with the other two ones from Mythbusters that he always did stuff with, the younger ones.
Yep. According to a Hollywood Reporter, grain of salt, don't know how credible that is. He died suddenly following a brain aneurysm, they said. So, just one of those very scary things that can come at any time kind of thing.
For sure.
And that's fucking sad because he was like, you know, he seemed like a really nice guy.
I know he did work for like movies for like effects and shit, I think too, and stuff like that.
Yeah, Industrial Light and Magic.
Like robotics and stuff.
Yep, he worked on R2D2 for the prequels.
Yeah.
He was the champ at the robot. What's that robot fighting show that he was on? You guys remember
sure.
that?
I'm not sure which one he would have been on, but
he was on. Oh, there was more than one. It was BattleBots. It had to be BattleBots.
I was gonna say I don't even remember him on BattleBots, but maybe he was. I watched it for a little while.
Let me see. It wasn't that like on G4 or something.
I can't remember.
Yep.
Grant Imahara, BattleBots Wiki. Yeah, he was one of the most dominant drivers in the original BattleBots middleweight division.
Maybe they just never really showed him that much. Or it was back when I didn't even know who he was or something.
Probably.
I think the BattleBots was before.
Yeah, it says 99 to 02, so that would be before Mythbusters.
Yeah. And the funny thing is I only saw him in reruns or at a friend's house because I didn't have cable or satellite during that time. So I don't know how I remember that, but I do. So I must have saw reruns on probably G4 like in 2007 or some shit, or however long G4 was around.
It's very possible.
But man, that sucks. That came out of left field. But like, rest in peace, Grant Imahara. You were great. Mythbusters, great. Not Adam Savage though.
That man's savage.
Yeah. Not. We won't talk about. Did we already talk about what happened to him?
I don't know. We don't need to.
No, we don't. You can look up Adam Savage if you want. I have no idea what's happening with that.
Yeah.
Alleged stuff.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything they want to bring up? I know we have a bunch of random bookend topics, but they're mostly about COVID, and the White House is shutting down the CDC and shit, and like.
Yeah. We're not a political podcast.
Silencing the CDC, not shutting them down, but silencing.
Yeah, pretty much like saying, oh yeah, that information that used to go through you, it doesn't go through you anymore.
Yep, they're asking for hospitals to report COVID directly to White House now, rather than going through the CDC. So that's incredible, and that will be saved for our politics podcasts called the Control Alt Right.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I wanted Alt and Right, but I couldn't think of the keyboard keys. We could be Control Alt Delete.
That probably already exists.
Probably.
Probably. Shut up.
Probably. Oh, we forgot to talk about Gorillaz announces new collaboration with Schoolboy Q. Yeah. Ho, that's gonna be dope.
So good.
That's gonna be dope because Gorillaz, dope, fucking dope. Right. So I can't wait to see how that goes. Does anybody else want to talk about that or want to bring up anything that they want to talk about? Otherwise, we can call it.
We are good.
I'm good.
Alex?
We're good.
All right. No, we'll catch you next time.
Late.
See you.
See you.
Hey, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the episode. You could catch us currently at the Prime 4 podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Podcast Addict for audio only. If you want to see how fugly we look in real life, you can also catch us on YouTube under the Prime 4 podcast.